This video includes percents, decimals, and fractions. These commonly used mathematical terms are used to show parts of a number. Examples are seen in the images representing sales, gas prices, and cake. A percent is defined as a ratio with a denominator of 100. This indicates a percent is part of 100. Teachers usually grade in percents. For example, any grade between 90% to 100% is an A. Another example is in sales, when stores offer discounts. Discounts can be small, such as 10% off, or large, such as 75% off. A meteorologist predicts the weather. Depending on how sure he is, he will indicate there is a 75% chance of rain or snow, or if the storm could miss us, there is a 35% chance of rain or snow. A percent is a number out of 100. The percent sign is placed after the number. So 2 out of 100 is 2%. We frequently see this on bottles. 75 out of 100 would be 75%, which is the discount we hope for when shopping. 50 out of 100 is 50%. We can use percents to find parts of other numbers. For example, find 75% of 10. Start with 75% as a fraction by writing 75 over 100. Multiply by 10 to find 75% of 10. Multiplying yields 750 over 100. Dividing 750 by 100 gives us an answer of 7.5. So 7.5 is 75% of 10. Another example is 30% of 6. Place 30% in fraction form, 30 over 100. Then multiply by 6, since we are looking for 30% of 6. This gives us 180 over 100. Dividing 180 by 100 gives us 1.8 as 30% of 6. Another example is 22 out of 25. Put 22 out of 25 in fraction form, 22 over 25. Then multiply by 100. This equals 2200 over 25. Divide 2200 by 25 for an answer of 88%. A decimal is a percent in a different form. Decimals are seen in distances and in money, such as gas prices. Each place in a number has a name. You may be familiar with the value of whole numbers, but you may not be aware of the values of the numbers that come after the decimal point. After the decimal place, the place in values are the tenths, the hundredths, the thousandths, the 10,000ths, the 100,000ths, and the millionths. The tenths place is equal to 1 over 10. The hundredths place is equal to 1 over 100. The thousandths place is equal to 1 over 1,000, and so forth. In New Jersey, sales tax is 7%. To find out what something will cost, multiply the list price by 0.07. Then add that total to the original price. For example, if an item costs $15.99, multiply $15.99 times 0.07 to find the sales tax. Then add $1.12 to $15.99 for the total price of $17.11. Another example is the following. A person pays 2.5 months' rent up front when renting an apartment. If the rent is $400 a month, multiply 400 by 2.5, which equals $1,000 you'd have to pay up front. Fractions show part of a whole. We use fractions every day. Some examples are found in time and in money. Fractions are just another way of showing parts of a whole, so decimals, percents, and fractions can be used interchangeably. 1/4 is divided by 4, which is 0.25, which is 25%. Fractions are broken up into two parts: the top, which is called the numerator, and the bottom, which is called the denominator. In simplified form, the numerator will be smaller than the denominator. Fractions typically need to be simplified. For example, 6 out of 48. Both numbers can be divided by 2 to get 3 out of 24, then divided by 3 to get 1 over 8. This is the same as dividing both numerator and denominator by 6. To convert a percent to a decimal, move the decimal point 2 places to the left and drop the percent sign. Let's start with an example of converting 34% into a decimal. To do this, we move the decimal point, which is after the 4, 2 places to the left to before the 3. This gives us a decimal of 0.34. To convert a decimal to a percent, move the decimal point 2 places to the right and add the percent sign. To convert 0.45 to a percent, start with 0.45, move the decimal place 2 places to the right, and add the percent sign to get 45%. These examples will demonstrate converting fractions to decimals. Convert 25 over 100 to a decimal. 25 over 100 equals 25 divided by 100, which equals 0.25. Another example is converting 3/4 to a decimal. We divide 3 by 4 to get 0.75. To convert a fraction into a decimal, simply divide the numerator by the denominator. To convert 0.32 to a fraction, first start with 0.32 and move the decimal place over 2 places to the right. Put that number over 100 and then simplify to get 8 over 25 as the number. To convert 0.89 to a fraction, move the decimal place over 2 places to the right and put 89 over 100. This fraction is in simplest form. To convert a decimal to a fraction, move the decimal over 2 places to the right, then put it over 100, and simplify the fraction. To convert 34% to a fraction, drop the percent sign and put the number over 100, and then simplify to get 17 over 50 as the final fraction. To convert 55% to a fraction, drop the percent sign, put the number over 100, and simplify. The final answer is 11 over 20. The steps to convert a percent to a fraction are: 1. Drop the percent sign, 2. Put the number over 100, and 3. Simplify when possible.